Greetings, my name is Sharon Tewksbury-Bloom. I'm an AmeriCorps alum and a former AmeriCorps program director, and now I am the owner of Do Good, Be Good, which is a consulting company. I help programs like yours with facilitation and training and resources to try to help you help other people. But what I'm here today to do is to give you a little behind the scenes demo of what is in the new virtual orientation in a box. I designed this specifically for AmeriCorps program managers who are trying to make that transition from in-person orientation to either all virtual or hybrid orientation. And the idea is that I'm trying to help them to have everything that they need in one place to be able to figure this out. So this is not an online course, it's not a recorded webinar, it's not a training video. I'm actually trying to give you as much of the templates and activities and tools and content that you would need to be able to quickly make this transition yourself, and to also keep the best of what you already have. So this is really thinking about AmeriCorps programs who maybe have had AmeriCorps orientation in the past, but they're not really sure how to make it work now that they're doing their orientation in Zoom or another online format. All right, enough of that. Let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. So this is it. The virtual orientation in a box is in a Basecamp project. And when I have a new person who joins, which by joining, that means that either they themselves have purchased access for their program for up to 2 staff members at currently priced at $379, or sometimes the state commissions are buying access on behalf of the programs. So once that happens, I give you access and you can see people's names or initials across the top who are already in the virtual orientation in a box, or the VOB, as I'll start calling it to save time. And the bulk of what's included is in this documents and files section. So the documents and files are divided up into different types of documents. And first of all, we've got Facilitator Guidance. So depending on how much experience you already have using Zoom or other digital platforms, we give you some information about how do you actually set up your camera, how do you try to use the various features. There's written content and there's also videos that I have made, or there's videos from the platform itself, which I've curated the best possible ones for the type of features you're actually going to use and put them in one place. So I give you some instructions about how to use these tools. And then I also give you some instructions about how to prepare. So for example, under preparing yourself as the facilitator, I tell you how I have set everything up here. How do I do my lighting? How do I set up my camera? I also talk about things you might not think about, like having water, but having it off to the side so that it's not going to get knocked over onto your laptop when you're presenting. There's a lot of nuances that after having done, I don't know, 50 or more webinars, I've learned some tips and tricks and I share them here. I give you tips about what to wear, lots of things like that. Okay, so for some people, they don't have their confidence yet about presenting online, or they're looking to improve their setup, and this includes a lot of that information. There's also information about learning objectives that CNCS and AmeriCorps require that you go over at orientation. And then I've linked to some additional resources for those programs or commissions who have the funds. There's lots of ways to make this easier on yourself by hiring a moderator or a guest speaker, or taking advantage of pre-made content from something like On3Learn, or using a service like America Learns. So that's all linked to there. Now, once you've got the confidence in actually using the tech tools and delivering content virtually, Then I want to make sure that you have some ideas for what kind of activities can you do through a platform like Zoom that are still going to be interactive and engaging. So I've divided those by topic, and for each topic, I've given you some suggestions of ones that are a little bit simpler or lower tech, and then ones that might require that you use something like breakout rooms or an external site like Trivia Maker. Speaking of Trivia Maker, I'm proud of that one that I have under AmeriCorps History, a trivia game, which I have designed as a high-tech option. When you click on this link, you actually are taken to the trivia game itself. So you don't need to create it. It's specific to AmeriCorps History, and you can play that with your members just using the share screen function. So that's all included. Every activity in here is meant for you to take it. Go ahead, copy it, download it, change it in any way you want. This is not copyrighted or licensed content. This is just take it and do what you need to do with it. I just want to make this as quick as possible for you to be able to plug in what you need. I know that one of the first program managers who used this resource said that she found this particularly helpful because she was able to take her existing agenda and the content she was planning to present, but then when she found that things didn't take as much time as she thought they were going to, she was able to quickly plug in a few of these ideas and fill the gaps with these activities. So that's what activities is about. I'm always adding new content, by the way. At least for the next 2 weeks, I will continue as I see great ideas, as I come up with new activity ideas, I'll just keep adding them. And for everyone who's in the VOB, they do have the option to get notified anytime new content is added. So in addition to that, one of the things that I have heard from folks has been helpful are these templates. So these are in different formats, everything from emails, the email copy that you can work from for a pre-orientation email, post-orientation email. We've also developed a document called Welcome to Virtual Orientation, and that is meant to actually give to your members before orientation to help them think about how to set up their own space, how to be able to minimize those distractions, what kind of techniques might be used during the session, some links if they're not familiar with using the Zoom platform. And again, you can customize that. So if you're not using Zoom, you could change that out for the correct technology. Another one that has been really helpful is the pre-orientation tech quiz. So this is a way for programs to send that out before orientation to get a sense of what their member has in terms of the technology they'll be using, their internet access, if they have a safe and private distraction-free environment to join from, and start that conversation early to be able to troubleshoot any issues that the new members might have. If you're not already having your slides constructed, I've got you going with a slide template and agenda template as well as evaluation. So trying to give you all these pieces, I've likened it to sort of being like a meal service kit where instead of ordering takeout and someone cooks it for you, I'm giving you some of the autonomy, but I'm giving you a lot of ingredients, giving you recipes, and giving you the chance to make what you like with it and make it work for your program. So let me just go back up. There's a couple more things. There's also a new document that I've started on about paperwork and digital member files, some recommendations for how to handle that and how to keep things organized. This is a new request and I've been adding to it a little bit. And I'm not working in terms of specific issues around compliance. So for example, I'm not going to give programs in this a member agreement template because that's something that's provided either by CNCS or by the state offices. They are the ones giving that type of guidance. This was really meant to be more about member development, and just the program management aspect of getting your orientation up and running. Okay, and then finally, the nice thing about having it in this setup is that there's also a chance to ask questions and interact. So you can post questions in the group discussion section, and you can also look at a general checklist under to-dos. I'll give out announcements anytime there's something exciting and new that you need to know if you're in the VOB. And then finally, there's Q&A calls. So this is a live call with me as a chance to bring your own unique questions, and perhaps you have an idea for something that you're thinking about doing at your orientation, and you just want to make sure that you've thought through the logistics of it. So for example, on the first Q&A call, I had someone who was planning to use breakout rooms, and they had used breakout rooms once, but they weren't very confident in it. And so that Q&A call was a chance for us to go over all the various specific tips and techniques that they should know before they use breakout rooms. And then I even had a chance to give that program manager controls. I made them the host, and we practiced, and they got to see what it was like to actually set up those breakout rooms. So that's what the Q&A is meant to be. It's an open sandbox, a chance to really play and practice and ask questions and get the help that you need. There's 2 more calls already scheduled, August 31st and September 3rd, but I will be adding at least 1 more call in September for those who are joining the VOB moving forward. So there you go. That's it. It's the virtual orientation in a box. I have it available now for $379 per program. That gets you access for up to 2 staff members. And with that, you have the ability to copy and customize anything in here and join those live Q&A calls. There will also be, like I said, some new content being added. So for those who have been joining already, they can put in requests for things that they're looking to see added, and we'll be working on adding those things right away. I think that's about it. I welcome any questions that you have, or if you want to talk about how this is going to work for your program, you can contact me directly at connect@sharonspeaks.com. That's connect@sharonspeaks.com. Or you can text or call me at 928-224-0504. That's 928-224-0504. And with that, signing off, I hope everyone is off to a great start in getting ready for your new program year. My best wishes to all of you in the National Service community. Thank you.